here. Hope everyone's doing fine. So over here, I've been in my creative mode, making Becca babies. And for those that don't know what those are, they're these little dolls, about 3 inches high, made out of soft sculpture. When I was a teenager, my 7th grade art teacher, Mrs. Campbell, I have to remember her name, Mrs. Campbell, she taught me how to do some soft sculpture. You know, the time where the Cabbage Patch dolls were very popular. And so I loved it. It was so much fun. When I was in high school, my youth trip at church, my youth group at church, took a trip to the Washington, D.C. temple, and I made these little dolls, sold them, and was able to have the fare that I needed for the bus and our room that we had there at the hotel or whatever. So they were really hideous, and I'm surprised people bought them because they looked kind of like little mutants. They were kind of scary looking, but people loved them, and they were fun to make. I saved a letter that my mom wrote to me when I think I was 16 or 17, and I wanted to share a little part of that with you. So in this letter from my mom, and by the way, I have a little picture of her. This is my mom, Karyle. This is my dad. Isn't she pretty? Okay, so this is what my mother wrote to me. She says, I am so grateful for the many other talents with which you have been blessed. The beautiful way you express your love of children, the Lord, and life itself through your poetry. The sweet Becca babies you create for others to enjoy. Your promising artistic ability. I hope you will always try to develop your talents fully, that you may never become self-conscious and stop trying. Well, I have a confession to make. I very often feel self-conscious, and I quit trying a couple of times. You know, on again, off again. Well, there was a time where I just quit doing my art, quit drawing, quit writing, and I just was in this dead zone. And I guess the last few years, I've just been engaged. I just want to write, I want to draw, I want to sew. You know, I feel I have the support in my life to do that, and I feel like, hey, I can do this. No one's stopping me. And then I realized the one stopping me was me. I don't have anyone to blame but me. And I've made the conviction, which has a lot to do with me starting my own business, So Becca, is to just do it. Don't put it off anymore. Don't make excuses, but do it. And I know that each and every one of us are given talents and abilities to contribute to the world. And I want to contribute to the world. It's important to me that, I don't just live here, go through the motions, and then one day I'll die and there I go. I actually want to live, really live. And, okay, so getting off that soapbox. So today I've been thinking about these Becca babies. So I got all my stuff out, which is the funnest part about being creative. Down here, I've got my box of stuff, my yarn. Down here, I've got my trays, my scissors. Okay, So I'll kind of show you what I got here. In Becca Babyland, this is what we do. When you start off, you just start with a bunch of fluff. And I use quilt batting for the outside, and I use the stuffing for the middle. Okay? And I use pantyhose. Now, some of you might know what soft sculpture is, so those that don't, just real quick. I use pantyhose, just normal, different colors. I use knee highs because they're kind of, you can get a box of a whole bunch of them. Different colors, fair to dark to medium. Hey, we're all assorted colors, right? I love diversity. So, this is the one I finished today. And this is a little Celtic angel. I kind of like the angels. I love lace and stuff. You see? And she's got wings. They're just fun to make. See? Not like she's really going to fly. Okay. So, and each one of these start off as the fluff, and then they get into a little body casing out of the pantyhose, and then they end up, oh, that one's kind of goody. Okay. They all have little personalities. This one has kind of got an attitude. See? And then we've got this one. She's a little different too. But I love it. They all have little toes. And they all have little navels. And they all have little bums. Some have bigger bums than others. And then they have a little nose. And then I use the embroidery floss to make their mouth, and then the glass seed beads for eyes. And I also have little arms that I make. And so the one that I've just been working on is this one right here. Doo-doo. And so she's got a little petticoat underneath of tulle, and this dress has a little overlay of some metallic netting, and she'll be an angel, just a colorful one for a Christmas tree or something. Okay, and haven't decided on what color hair for her. This is one I made a few months ago, actually a year ago. There you go. And she's got real soft black hair. But I love how they got little attitudes. And also, each one of them, see how their arms, this one, she's a glider because her arms kind of, her hands at the end kind of tilt up. Okay. And then this one, I guess she's praising. She's got her arms wide out. And then this one has her arms down. And some of them will actually have their hands crooked like this, and I'll stitch them together, and they're the praying angels. So I've got all kinds of different dresses and things. Sometimes I use colors, but they're just a strip of lace or whatever I have, whatever comes to mind, and then they get like a little petticoat underneath and little straps, and then I put wings on them. So I think, oh, and here's the seed beads. I just use, kind of tacky, and take them out of the bag. See? These little seed beads. Of course, I love blue. Can you tell? Okay, and then the yarn is white, and I haven't used the dark brown yet. I really want to, though. And then here's the red, the auburn that I used for this one. See? It's just really fun. So those are Becca babies. I don't have any of the mutants anymore, I don't think. I might have one in the Christmas box, but she's resting right now. um, but anyway, I just wanted to, I felt just like sharing that with you. Um, and maybe inspire you too if there's things that you love to do, or that you have a gift, or you're creative, or just you have a talent or ability. I hope that you use those. You don't let that just, you know, sit and just, I guess it kind of rots, doesn't it, if we don't use our talents. But we all have value, and we all have the ability to contribute something, because we're awesome. And we need to remember we're awesome. And there's nothing wrong with saying, I'm awesome. And more especially, tell one another how awesome they are. And I want to tell you that you are awesome. And don't you forget it. And don't be self-conscious. Let your light shine. And you will be surprised with how much support you do have. And be your best encourager. Tell yourself you can do it. Don't be afraid, because really, what's there to be afraid of? Live life to the fullest and have joy. So have a great week and take care. Bye.